Hello, hello. Welcome. My name is Leighanne. I'm joined by the lovely Aaron. Thank you for attending a sneak peek preview of the new Remitian. As you know, our team has been working very, very hard and extensively to continue to improve the experience of the platform. And we're very excited to be able to show you essentially what is soon to come. I'm going to take a few moments to let Aaron really introduce himself. I know a few of you may have seen him on certain calls, have interacted with him over the time as we continue to develop this product. But I'm very excited for him to also contribute and share. So, Aaron, if you'd like to take it away, introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Leanne, and hi everyone. I've had the pleasure of meeting with some of you, and I look forward to connecting with the rest of you. Background: I have a mechanical engineering degree, and I worked in HVAC, commercial HVAC systems, and recently was working in the defense sector on large-scale NATO missile defense exercise and planning and data acquisition tools. I have a background in startups and really interested in bringing all that systems engineering and experience into accounting. Really passionate about AI, so hint going to be a part of the discussion today, and looking forward to connecting with all of you. We're really excited with what we've done over the past few months and showing the transformation that where we started with many of you, a few years ago or recently, um, and taking all of that feedback and experience to create the new taxpayer experience and firm experience that we're going to demo today. I just want to apologize ahead of time. I have a 1-year-old daughter who just started daycare 6 weeks ago, and our household has been perpetually sick since that. So if I have to go off camera for 30 seconds, I'll be right back. Just dealing with the tail end of a cold here. So that being said, I was really excited, and I wouldn't miss this because the team has been working so hard, and what we have planned, not only what we're showing you today, but what we're planning for the near future is super exciting as well. So thank you very much for joining us today. And I'll hand off to Leanne to do a quick intro for herself as well.
Thank you. So, for those who do know me, hello again. For those who have not had the opportunity to sit down and be on calls with myself, I am the lead for customer experience here at Remitian. I have over 15 years in event and experience management, as well as 5 years specifically in tech, specifically financial technology. As you know, my priority is to ensure that each and every one of you have the best experience using Remitian, and that Remitian's the most effective use of your time, effort, and supports your clients as required on this platform. So, enough about us. Let's shift gears and kind of get into the meat and potatoes of why everyone's here. We want to talk about this unified client experience. So, Aaron, if you want to kind of talk about just a bit summary of what we're
Yeah.
doing, what we're building
So
here.
for some of you who joined us before March, April this year, we were a different brand. We've shifted our branding. We've come up with a new experience. And what we're really trying to do is optimize what it means to make payments. We want to make payments creation fast, and we want to access that information extremely fast. So we've removed as many of the workflow clicks as we could, brought all the important information to the front, and you can find exactly what you're looking for very quickly. And we also have this new concept of a smart filtering toolbox, which allows you to slice and dice the information and find payments around specific information as fast as you can. This is really a new foundation for which we're building the next generation of taxpayer experiences on. And so this unlocks all the new developments that we're going to be doing over the coming months and in preparation for tax season 2026. So that's the firm side. And what we've done is we've actually gone and redesigned the customer portal, the taxpayer portal, from a mobile first principle. And why we've done that is we want to bring tax payments to where taxpayers are, tax payments wherever they are. And it's simplified, it's streamlined, and it's all the work that they need to do and nothing more. And it's very intuitive. And we really want to make sure that all of our taxpayers have a simple and hassle-free experience making tax payments.
Perfect. So prior to us actually getting into the demo, I just wanted to share just a few housekeeping rules, If there are any questions about anything that you see here during this demonstration, do not hesitate to leave them in the comments. We are reserving a section to have a bit of Q&A and to receive feedback. Additionally, we do have a QR code that will be shown towards the end of the presentation, but I will preview it a little bit in the top left corner that we'd love to have your feedback with this new experience. Again, our goal is to ensure that this product and that the platform works best for you and works best for your clients. So it is a 2-minute survey. It's not very long at all. Just asking for your feedback on this webinar, as well as feedback as to what you're most excited for and what you'd like and what you need from this platform. So again, with that being said, I'm going to flip it over to Aaron so that he can show you the actual platform and what it'll be looking like. And then afterwards, we will just get into some more information about what's to come in the future.
Awesome. Thanks, Leighanne. So let's take a look at the firm experience. When you log in, this is what you're going to see now. And what we've done is we've taken all of those, pending approvals, pending my approval, all of that, and we've created a simple payments table. And with this payments table, we have our client list here on the left. We have a smart filter, so we can search and filter by whoever we want. So let's say this client, you have some information or you're seeking information on, Jordan. We can just find through all the payments in the system that you have access to, you can just find that right away. Now, we can also do a multi-select. So maybe you have a group of clients or a few clients that you want information on. And we also have the smart filter toolbox on the right, which is going to help you slice and dice your information. So maybe there's a payment due date coming up and you want to see what the status is. Have people paid? Have they approved? You can filter by the due date. Maybe there's a significant payment that you want to make sure that it's happening, or there's, you can find payment amounts. You can filter on status. We can also search by tax authority as we're adding more and more tax jurisdictions, and at the same time, more and more tax filing forms. So is it a T1, a T2, a T3? We're going to be including the PD7A, HST payments. So you can just search based on type. And then you can also build those searches through this filter toolbox. So that's something we're really excited about. Quick access to information, everything you need. And now we haven't really removed anything. We've just built and improved the workflows that have existed.
Sorry, so he's having a small bit of a coughing fit. Please bear with him.
Thanks, Leighanne. We're back.
No problem. Okay,
Appreciate
awesome.
everyone. So it's still simple to create a client. Create a client, fill in the information. We've also added this convenience filter, client approval. So anything pending client approvals, what you saw before were those tiles on the dashboard. And those will bring you to the pending client approval table. But with this single table, this is a preset filter that you can see all the pending client approval information. Now, when we go to the client profiles, very similar experience. We've laid it out so it's not necessarily changing the full experience, but making the experience more convenient. Here we have a single tax payments table. And again, with this filter toolbox on the right, you can now find it based on the tax types, the jurisdictions, all of those things, instead of having all those different tabs. So you can see all the payments at once. We also have, of course, HST filing. So if you use that and you love it, it's still here. And we have some improvements that we'll talk about later. Same deal. Bank accounts, tax accounts. We've now included an overview so you can see your tax accounts, the jurisdictions that are enabled, and include a snapshot of the taxes owed and a number of payments for each of those. And of course, we have the payment history table here as well. We're going to go into the team management. We've improved some things. So if we look at a team member here, the phone number you can edit. We have client access. This is something that has come up where we want to share client access to many different firm members or team members. We've brought that here instead of my settings. And we also have some more permissions and a new role. And again, quite a bit of changes. We're going to be sending out information. There's going to be in-platform tutorials as we launch this. So you won't lose sight of anything, and you'll have all all the resources you need to refamiliarize yourself.
Just to add, we've also included improvements to the team management profile that was taken from feedback from existing firm users already using the platform today, such as having the ability to resend invites in case they get lost in spam or in other folders, or in case they expire. So it will allow you to be able to ensure your full team has access to the platform as easily as possible.
Yeah, great point, Leighanne. Thank you for that. Exactly. So we have this re-invite members button up here. So
Mhm.
anyone that's you need to send the invite to, you can just click re-invite, and that will re-trigger that invitation. So really simple. Same thing on the client side. We've added some more convenient options. So if we look at a client that we want to invite to the platform, we now have two options. We can send the invitation. That's a Remitian triggered email. And we also have this invitation link. So you can actually embed this invitation link in your client communication. So maybe you're doing a tax filing delivery or an end of, anywhere you want, you can take this link and put that specifically for your client. So just another convenient way of doing that. We've also included this concept of a preview, and this is just a convenient thing for you to see what your client sees. So here, this is the client profile. So when they log into the taxpayer portal, this is what they see, and we'll jump into that on the other side through it. But just giving you an example of, maybe they call and they have a question. Now you can see exactly what they see. So you're sharing visibility, and so it's really easy to answer questions. So I won't go too deep here because we're going to jump over to the taxpayer experience. And again, Sachin, perfect. We are that's what we're going to talk about after the demo, things that we're working on, and really excited about that one as well. So just let me share my screen. And again, thank you everyone for your patience as I'm getting over this cold, but I really, really didn't want to change today's session. I was really excited about it. Okay, so when the taxpayer logs in, this is the new portal. It's really, they come in, the dashboard that they see is a list of their tax accounts. So maybe they have a few tax accounts, and they can see all the obligations for those tax accounts. And now the taxpayer job is very simple. They go to their tax accounts and they can see all the payments that they have and their obligations. They have an organization by jurisdiction, and then they can approve all. So here we want to assign a bank account. We have this convenient option. Do you want to do it for this, or do you want to do it for all of them? We can do it for all and assign a bank account. And again, same thing with approval. If they want to approve, they can do it for just this one, or they can do it for all. And just like that, the taxpayer is done, and all of their obligations for that tax account is completed. Now, they have same drill. They have access to their HST filings. Here we can view it. We can submit it. This is something that has been sent from the accountant to the client, and the client will just go ahead and review that. This is just loading. I'm blaming AWS. And then they can just go ahead, review it, and submit it, and that gets sent to the CRA. The client also can manage their bank accounts. They can easily add a new one using same methods that we had before, and they can have access to their payment history. So again, all the same experience, reorganized, streamlined. Now,
And
sorry, go ahead,
well,
Leighanne.
I was just going to say, and to add, the importance of the mobile first experience is so that your clients don't have to necessarily book appointments with you to sit down, have times. There's clients we've heard that are just so busy on the go, they don't have time to sit at their desktops to necessarily go through all these different approvals. By having this mobile first experience, they can access what they need to approve, review, assign essentially from the go, either from, the palm of their hand with their phone, with their tablet while they're on site, whether they're at home. And then you're not impacted by having to necessarily chase, handhold, or babysit your clients in order to have these payments assigned and scheduled.
Awesome, thanks, Leighanne. Exactly, and by no means does a mobile-friendly design mean they can't use it on their computers. It's totally responsive. They can use it wherever they like. And
Mhm.
it's just meeting taxpayers where they are. So that's what we're really excited about. Now, this is the new experience, and this new experience sets the foundation for all of these new developments that we're working on. So I'd love to go into the next slide. If there's any questions, feel free to drop a comment. If you want to wait, again, Leighanne, we're sending out that survey. There's an opportunity to have your inputs, and we're really interested in your feedback. Is there something you saw today you're excited about? Anything you want? You could be different. We're here listening, and we really want to hear what you have to say. So let's take a look at what's coming. What we're excited about, a few things, and this is by no means a full list. This is the short list of near-term
Mhm.
releases that we're excited about. Client labeling. We're gonna have custom labels. So in that search box that we showed earlier, you can have clients at your client. You'll be able to add a custom label, and then in the search box, you could search by label. So maybe you have industry groups or however you organize your clients. You could specifically now search by label and have access to all of those. Um, Another big one is access controls for client grouping. So now what we have is one firm user can give access to their clients to another firm user. What we're going to have is custom access control groups. So maybe based on different organizations in your firm and how people organize access to your clients, we'll be able to have that built into Remitian. So what you'll have is some firm members who can see clients based on specific criteria that you define. Um, and so it'll be much easier to share access and restrict access, and not dependent on who the firm, or sorry, the accountant, or the client is, which accountant the client is associated with.
Mhm.
Um, we're also working on faster payments, so we're going to be releasing a next day payment. So that'll mean a 24-hour payment window. So that I think is going to be great for all that end of month hustle and bustle, clients who are late getting their information in, all of that. Um, Another big one, I'm actually going to do a quick demo here on the AI form extraction. So, Sashin, to your point, two things. We're going to be adding a bulk client upload, and then on the client side, we actually have this form AI extractor that we've been developing in the US, and we're almost ready for release in Canada. So you're going to be able to drag and drop your client tax filing delivery packages, and our AI is going to extract the payment schedules and automatically set those up. So I'll share my screen here. 1 second.
Sure, no problem. And if there's any questions or feedback about anything that you've seen here so far, please, again, do not hesitate to just leave it in the comments. We are reserving some time to collect feedback at the end of the presentation. Um, so again, please don't hesitate to drop them there.
So of course, streamlining all of this is top priority. Integrations, we have our tax cycle integration. We have a number of users who are really enjoying that. And then there's every company out there that we can integrate with. So as a bridge towards building all of those integrations, um, great question, Sachin. We'll get to the open API point. Um, so as a bridge before the API is we're having this tax filing drop location here, and we actually import the scheduled payments. So in the US, here's an example of a 1040. You drop a 1040 in Canada, this could be a T1. Here's the tax amount owed, and it creates the payment schedule directly from that. So you could drop in all your tax filings as you're getting prepared for file delivery, and it would create the schedule of payments per client here. And Dashin, to your point, sorry, go ahead, Leighanne.
Oh, I just wanted to add specifically with the tax import form, there is an opportunity, for example, if the amount is too large or it needs to be split for whatever custom need of your client, you can add additional payments. You can split that payment into multiple payments. You can essentially create or modify that payment as needed for your client. So you can edit, you can add, you can delete. So dropping in the form is one quick way to essentially refine and streamline the workflow even further, but then you can make it more flexible for your client by being able to adjust how those payments are scheduled and made as well.
Exactly. Great point. Thanks, Leighanne.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
so this could be your full client package, and our system will parse it out. So that's a convenient way of creating schedules and payments. It could be reminders as well. Sachin, about integrations with other apps, we have a few in the pipeline right now. What our main development is we are in fact developing an open API. And so this would be a way to, we're working with other vendors to actually be built into those systems. So we're really excited about that, but also it is going to be an open API that if any firms want to build something with that, they could as well. So that's a great question.
Okay.
Awesome. So that's like a snapshot. We're targeting release for beginning of November for this. Again, this is all about feedback. If you like what you saw, we'd love to hear that. If there's anything that you think could be different, there's a great time to let us know. And aside from just this demo, if there's anything top of mind that you have around Remitian, this survey is a great opportunity to share that with us. And I just want to say, sincerely, thank you so much for being a part of the Remitian story. We appreciate having everyone here, and this is why we come to work, is to make tax payments better.
So we're going to allow some time for any other questions or queries to file in. During that time, I'm just going to be sharing the QR code large on the screen. Again, it's only 2 minutes. It just asks you a few questions to get feedback, not only of this webinar that you're watching today, but feedback for development of the product moving forward and into the future. We really hope that all of this work and effort will help support your taxpayers simpler, easier, streamline your workflow even further so that you can be making payments and completing that last mile of tax delivery for your taxpayers.
Awesome. And Sachin and everyone who joined us today, if there's any integrations or anything you wish you saw that you didn't see, please include that in the feedback. We're really interested in hearing what you have to say. And we're really excited about the next few months and what it means for all of our Remitian users going into the next tax season.
Perfect. So with that being said, I don't see that there's any other questions, and that's fine. Again, if there's questions you'd like to leave in the feedback, or if you want, you can also email support@remitian.com. We're more than happy to answer questions on a more, I guess, private one-to-one kind of session. If you would like some FaceTime with other members on our team, we're more than happy to be able to coordinate that as well. We do see one comment. This one's from Nirmala. Does Remitian allow you to automate and schedule GST, HST installment payments? Yes.
Yes, and we're actually releasing Q1 2026, what we call Easy HST, which is going to be your file. Create your HST file and schedule those payments and automate them all in one simple workflow. So that's going to be a big improvement. And yeah, so great question.
So for now, Remitian today does allow you to schedule a series or singular GST, HST payments that go directly to CRA after client approval. And that can be used in our HST filing that we already have on the platform today. Are there any other questions? We'll give it one more minute. And I will also leave the webinar feedback QR code in the corner. So again, we implore everybody as a group to be able to just scan the code, provide your feedback. Again, we welcome it, we drink it all up. It's very important for us to know how to best serve our client base, which is yourselves, and best serve firms so that you can assist your taxpayers as easily as possible.
Sachin, great question. Is it possible to import data in a batch to multiple clients? Right now, we don't, but this is something that's come up many times that we would love to. Let's connect, Sachin, and let's figure out the best way to serve that, because what we hear and what we want to deliver is kind of like the simplest, streamlined approach to how those tax payment and client data gets into Remitian. So drop us a line, and I think we have your email. Hit us up at support, and let's connect, and let's make sure what we're building is aligned with what you're looking for. Nirmal, do we do corporate tax installments? Absolutely, we do corporate tax installments. We do corporate tax
Yes.
installments in the CRA, Alberta, and Quebec.
Mhm. I also left the email in the chat. So again,
Thanks, Steph.
you can just reach out to us from there and we'll definitely connect with you directly. Are there any other questions, queries? Again, if you don't want to say something now, you can also just leave it in the webinar feedback. We'll take our time to make sure that we're reviewing each one and that we respond to you accordingly.
Awesome, and thanks everyone who's been active in the chat. Webinars are awesome when we can engage, and we love hearing the feedback. So appreciate that.
Mhm. Okay, we'll give it one more minute. If not, there's no other questions or comments. I'd love to thank everybody for their time. Being able to see this preview, I guess a good piece of information would be to share when these features do go live on the platform. The scheduled date to go live is October 29th. So this preview that you've seen today is scheduled to be live before the end of this month. If we do have to adjust the date for any reason whatsoever, you'll be notified, of course. But that's the scheduled date of release. Again, if there's any questions prior to this release, don't hesitate to let us know. And again, we appreciate everybody for their time. We appreciate the feedback that's been shared so far and the feedback to come. Again, we're going to be sharing a copy of this recording after the presentation. So if you want to share it with colleagues, review it, anything of that sort, do not hesitate. And then once we release this new update on the 29th, we'll also share a copy of this recording just so that everybody's essentially up to date on the changes and the experience. Is there anything you'd like to add, Aaron?
Nope, I think that was great. Thanks everyone joining us today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being a part of all of this. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to connecting with you and building the next generation of taxpayer experiences together. So appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you everyone for your time. I'm going to be leaving the QR code for another 30 seconds up on the screen for you to scan and fill out. We're looking forward to receiving your feedback, and we're looking forward to sharing these changes live on the 29th. So again, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone.